Welcome back, my dear students. This is Mahwa Sultan Aki, Senior Lecturer of Biology Department, Manston College. Today, I will discuss Chapter 14. The name of this chapter is Biotechnology. My today's topic is Genetic Engineering. From my today's lecture, you will be able to define what is genetic engineering, plasmid, restriction enzyme, ligase enzyme. Moreover, you will be able to explain the steps of preparation of GMO or the steps of genetic engineering. You will be able to explain uses of genetic engineering, and you can compare the in between the traditional method of reproduction and genetic engineering. Now, what is genetic engineering? The process of changing DNA of any organism to develop new characters is called genetic engineering. Next, what is recombinant DNA? The technique of producing new DNA molecule by transferring the desired part of DNA by cutting from an organism and setting it into a DNA of another organism to develop new characters is called recombinant DNA. Actually, with the help of recombinant DNA, genetic engineering is done. This recombinant DNA or the genetic engineering can be, by genetic engineering, it is possible to transfer the genes from plants to animal, or from animals to plants, or from microorganism to human beings. Now, the stages of preparation of GMO or recombinant DNA. What is GMO? GMO, the organism that is developed due to recombinant DNA technology or through genetic engineering is called GMO or transgenic. Now, the stages. First of all, this is the E. coli bacteria. This is a bacteria which is known as E. coli bacteria. There are two DNA molecules that is present in the E. coli bacteria. One is spiral DNA and another one is the circular DNA. This extracircular DNA is known as plasmid. The special characteristics of this is it can replicate as it is in the parental bacteria. Okay, so when it multiplies, it always multiplies with the exact or similar characteristic that it had. Now, this is the animal cell. We think that this is the animal cell and this is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is the chromosome, and from the chromosome this is we consider this is the desired gene that we should multiply for through the recombinant DNA technique or genetic engineering. Now the technique. First of all, for recombinant DNA technology, we have to select the targeted DNA. Which one is the targeted DNA? This desired DNA is called the targeted DNA that we want to replicate, or we want to transfer from one organism to another organism. So, first of all, selection of targeted DNA. It is collected from, in this diagram, it is collected from the animal cell. Second point, selection of carrier so that the transfer of desired segment of DNA becomes possible. Now, this is the carrier. This plasmid is the carrier. We have to select this carrier so that when it connects with this or it is joined with this, it can carry this character and can multiply. So, the selection of the carrier, this is the carrier which we have to select for transferring the desired segment of DNA. Okay? Then, the next point, selection of necessary restriction enzyme to chop the DNA molecule at a particular locus. Now, what is restriction enzyme? There is a special enzyme which is used to chop or to cut the DNA molecules at a particular locus. So, when we use this restriction enzyme will help to chop the DNA molecules at a particular end. These ends are known as sticky ends. This is the sticky ends, this is the sticky ends. These sticky ends, they will connect with or they will fix with each other. Okay. Then selection of DNA ligase enzyme to join the segments of DNA chopped. Now, what is ligase enzyme, or how we will join these DNA segments? There is another special enzyme which is known as DNA ligase enzyme. That DNA ligase enzyme helps to join this chopped DNA molecule. So now we have to select a DNA ligase enzyme which will help to join the segments of DNA that was chopped. Okay. Next point, selection of host for the replication of carrier. Selection of host for the replication of carrier. This is number E. Selection of host for the replication of the carrier DNA with the segment of desired DNA. What does it mean? It means that this when the ligase enzyme is used, that helps to join the two DNA segments, and thus the recombinant DNA plasmid is produced with the desired gene. Okay, so this is our the new DNA segment that is we try to produce for the genetic engineering process. So this DNA plasmid contains the desired part. Now what should we do? Now we have to insert this DNA or recombinant DNA plasmid inside the host cell for replication. When we insert this DNA molecule, that is the recombinant DNA plasmid, into the host cell, it is let and allow the host cell to multiply or to replicate. It will replicate along with the desired segment. The desired segment is marked by the red color. Okay, so here the desired segments are present in all the bacteria cell that are produced from the host cell. The last point is evaluation of the expression of the recombinant DNA prepared with the desired DNA segment. It means that to evaluate whether the character is transferred or not. The final step is we have to evaluate the expression of the recombinant DNA prepared with the desired segment. Okay, so all these are the steps of preparation of GMO or recombinant DNA. It is generally these are the steps of genetic engineering. So if we want to sum up, at first we have to use the E. coli bacteria. In case of E. coli bacteria, we use E. coli bacteria for which reason? For the reason behind this is the presence of plasmid. Now, what is plasmid? The circular DNA that is present inside the E. coli bacteria, which is used for the process of genetic engineering, is called plasmid. This plasmid carries the desired part, and when the plasmid joined with the desired part, it is transformed into recombinant plasmid. Then this recombinant plasmid is inserted in the bacterial cell for replication, and after replication, each of the bacterial cell will carry the exact characters that of the desired gene. Now, the uses of genetic engineering. At first, we will discuss the uses of genetic engineering in agriculture or in developing crops. First of all, through genetic engineering, it is possible to produce insect resistance varieties. For example, BT corn, BT cotton, BT rice have been developed which are resistant to the resistance to the harmful insects are under two orders, Lepidoptera and Coleoptera. The insects under these two orders are very much harmful for these sorts of or these types of plants. So it became possible to produce these insect resistance varieties through genetic engineering. Next, it is also possible to produce virus resistance varieties. Virus resistance varieties of crops have been developed by transferring the genes in tomato mosaic virus, in case of the tobacco mosaic virus, and in case of tobacco mild green mosaic virus resistance varieties, it is possible to transfer the genes which are resistant to viruses for these crops, for these types of viruses. Then research is being carried out for the development of the lead blight resistance varieties of potato by transferring the lead blight fungus resistance genes. So it is possible to produce fungus resistance varieties through the process of genetic engineering. Next, varieties of corn and cotton tolerant to herbicide have been produced by genetic modification. So it is also possible to produce herbicide resistance varieties through genetic engineering. Through genetic engineering, more than one trait can be inserted into the same plant. For example, side by side, both the herbicide tolerant and insect resistant characteristics can be or have been inserted in the corn and cotton. It means that more than one character can be inserted for the single plant. Okay. Then, through genetic changes, the nutritional value of some crops have been improved. For example, vitamin A, or that is beta carotene gene, have been transferred into the rice. Efforts of adding iron to rice is being continued. That means already vitamin A, that is beta carotene, the gene of beta carotene is already inserted in rice. Now it is the scientists are trying to add iron to the gene of rice. Next, attempts are also made to develop salinity and drought resistant varieties of crops through genetic modification. It means, or it will help us to solve the problem in the saline area where plants does not grow due to extreme salinity, or in drought in the area which are under drought, and in those two areas there are many plants which cannot be grown. So by producing or developing salinity and drought resistant varieties, it will be possible to develop new varieties which will grow in those two areas. These are the uses of genetic engineering in agriculture. Now, the uses of genetic engineering in case of animals. In livestock, genetic engineering is still in research level, but by transferring of the protein C gene has been done to increase the protein in cow's milk. So by transferring the gene C gene, it is possible to develop a cow in which the amount of protein is increased in its milk. Next point, through genetic modification, genetic changes have been accomplished in with shapes by transferring the growth hormone producing gene from human beings to it with the view of increasing its size and meat production. Next point, to improve the amount and quality of sheep spur, two bacterial genes, one is cis-E, another one is cis-M, have been transferred to the genome of sheep. Now, uses of genetic engineering in improvement of fishing. By transferring the growth hormone of salmon fish to the catfish, common carp, loiter fish, Nilotica, it is possible to increase the growth rate of these fishes by 60%. In healthcare, hepatitis B virus vaccine is being produced from yeast through genetic modification. And another thing, that is through genetic engineering or genetic modification of E. coli bacteria and yeast. E. coli bacteria and yeast, insulin is being commercially produced for the treatment of diabetes. For the protection of environment, the areas of petroleum industry and refining and coal mining are being made free from pollution because of this technology is being used to make the environmental management easy and fast, such as management of industrial waste and sewage. Dr. M.K. Chakraborty, a scientist, he invented genetically modified Pseudomonas bacteria, which helps to clean the which helps to disintegrate or degrade the oil and carbohydrate to make the environment pollution free. Now, the comparison between traditional method of reproduction and genetic engineering. First of all, effectiveness. For the transferring of desired character, the genetic engineering is more effective than that of the traditional method of reproduction. Next, transfer of gene. During the transferring of gene, it is limited to the transferring of gene in case of traditional method of reproduction, because in case of traditional method of reproduction, the gene can be transferred only in between the nearer species, and it is limited in those species. But in case of genetic engineering, it is possible to transfer genes from to both in case of nearer and to distant species. So it is possible to transfer genes from the in between the nearer species, or it is also possible to transfer genes from nearer to distant species through genetic engineering. Next, required time. It is tough, or it became very tough to get the desired character through the traditional reproduction process within a short time. But in case of genetic engineering, it is possible to get the desired character within a short time. Transfer of unexpected gene. In case of traditional method of reproduction, along with the desired character, the unexpected gene can also be transferred. But in case of genetic engineering, the transfer of unexpected gene is not possible, because only the desired gene is transferred. Next, maintaining the rules of biosafety. In case of traditional reproduction, the biosafety or the rules of biosafety is not maintained, but in case of genetic engineering, the rules of biosafety is maintained. And finally, toxicity test. The test of toxicity is not done in the traditional method of reproduction, but it is done, or it is tested in case of genetic engineering. So all I have discussed from chapter 14. This is my second lecture. In my previous lecture, I discussed tissue culture, uses of tissue culture, but in this lecture, I discussed biotechnology, genetic engineering, and uses of genetic engineering, and finally the comparison between traditional method of reproduction and genetic engineering. In my next class, I will be back with a new lesson. Till then, take care.